What's up, everyone? As you know, it's Jamal here, and today we're trying something very, very different, very, very special. It's episode one of, let's say, a mini podcast. We'll call it, I don't know what to call it, Jamalcast. Jamalcast. And today I'm joined by a very interesting man. His name's Daniel. He has lived in Bulgaria for a very long time, and he helps a lot of foreigners actually come to Bulgaria and actualize their dreams eventually, because you help them and facilitate them with traveling and coming to Bulgaria. So yeah, can you introduce yourself? Who you are, and where you're from.
Hello, Rice. Thank you for having me here today. My name is Daniel Montiglio. I'm originally from Chile, South America, and I've been living in Bulgaria for the last 15 years.
Wow, incredible. And but I mean, the first question would be, what do you do here? What are your main projects, and where can people find you as well?
Mm-hmm. Well, my main project is Foreigner.bg. Foreigner.bg is a online platform for foreigners in Bulgaria, that I put the relevant information for people that is thinking or decide to move to Bulgaria. They can find relevant information for them regarding how to get the visa, how to immigrate, how to buy a house, what you have to worry when you buy a car, or how to get your driver license. This kind of information I like to share with them.
Yeah, and guys, seriously, check out his website, Foreigner.bg, right? That's it, yeah, Foreigner.bg. It really helped me when I was moving here and I was unsure of what to do, what the hell Bulgaria even is. He had a lot of really good information on the whole process. I think I used your website for the health insurance stuff. I used your website when it comes to there was some stuff on finding property. I used your website when it came to food and history. You have some great articles about Bulgarian food and Bulgarian history, and some of my travel recommendations came from your YouTube channel, and came from your website. So guys, check out Foreigner.bg, and also check out his YouTube channel. I'm going to leave a link below. Even more importantly, me and him had a second interview that you can find on his channel, and I'm going to leave a link below. Okay, in the description and in the comments, I'll leave a link to mine and Daniel's conversation with me talking about my life in Bulgaria, which maybe some of you guys will really, really enjoy. So go check him out, go subscribe. Another foreigner in Bulgaria generating huge amounts of value, because that's what we want to do. We want to make it a better place and manifest a location, a country where, whether you're from abroad or you are local, you have enough. And, everywhere around you is aesthetic, it's beautiful. It's just making it a better place, I'm just rambling now, but yeah. So moving on from that, can you tell me, well, how long have you been here in Bulgaria, and what made you move to Bulgaria? Why are you here?
Yeah, I've been in Bulgaria during the last 15 years. I live in Varna, this region. I love the Black Sea. I like to be here. I think it's one of the most beautiful cities in Bulgaria. I like the peace of mind that give me to be next to the Black Sea. It's super cool for me. I like to work from the bars next to the sea and stuff like that. And the main reason that I'm here is because of my wife. My wife is Bulgarian. But that is the reason that I came here, but it's not the reason why I'm staying here. I'm still happily married with her, but we are staying in Bulgaria because we think it's one of the best places in the world to raise a family. Period for me.
Interesting. So that's something that's going to be very important for me in the next 2 or 3 years. And another reason why I stayed, because me and my Joanna, my girlfriend, I think this is a perfect place to, settle, get in touch with nature, and raise a happy, healthy family. Can you tell me, if that's one of the main reasons why you're staying, what exactly is it? What makes Bulgaria one of the best places in the world? Not only for entrepreneurial types, but for also people like yourself who want to settle and build a family.
I think it's the family, I'm come from Chile. Chile is a country that is pretty straightforward capitalism. if you don't have a job, you it's not safety net, let's say, Here the school, private school, my kids, all of them goes to private, public schools. I don't pay nothing there. It's all for our taxes, It's everything's paid with our taxes, but I don't have to do extra money for them to go to the school and to get a normal, good education. This is very important for me. The other thing is the health system for them, that they are so well covered, at least until 18 years old.
Yeah.
It's like I don't pay when they go to the doctor. I'm from a country that you pay for everything, everything. And for me, we pay more taxes there, and we get less value. Here I pay my taxes, but I can see the value on that, because I can see that I don't have to do an extra payment when I go with my kids to the doctor, with the pediatrician and stuff like that. They just sit back, they're back. I take them there. They look on them. I get everything that I need in terms of treatment, and I don't pay extra for that. That is very important. And I think the third one would be for me, I'm come from South America. Bulgaria is extremely safe place to live. Been here 15 years. I never see nobody being assaulted on the street.
Yeah.
Probably I'm lucky, It's a small town. It's not Sofia, 300,000 people live in Varna. But man, in Santiago, the city where I come from, this is daily thing that you see the people running with a purse of somebody, with a cell phone of somebody. And I don't know, you hear the news and everything. It's only that crime. Here is a big scandal when some crime is found. It's not really the common thing.
Yeah.
And that is pretty good for me. I can leave my daughter that is 8th grade, for example, to go in the bus to the school, and I know nothing's gonna happen to her.
Yeah, that's so important. Wow, and I love that you said that, because you're adding a wonderful perspective. Because many Bulgarians and many people who don't know Bulgaria, including myself before I came to Bulgaria, we have this view that Bulgaria may not be a very safe place, or it might have high crime, or it might be dangerous for foreigners, or any this or that. And what I love here is that you've actually given all of us some real perspective, of the how safe and how real Bulgaria is. It's not, because here I think everybody seems to believe that Bulgaria is a very bad place, it's a very dangerous place, it's a place where everyone struggles. That is very true. But that happens all around the world, and I love that you're now giving, you can offer perspective from somewhere else, that you've come here and you've managed to be safe, sound, happy, and create value, and get value for yourself and for the people you love. I think that's really, really cool. And anyway, moving on from that. Sorry, were you going to say something?
No.
Awesome, mate. So anyway, moving on from that, I want to ask you, outside of, let's say, the family unit, what makes Bulgaria unique to you? So we've spoken about that it's safe for a family, but what do you like with regards to culture or food, nature? What stands out to you?
There is a few things that I like, and I definitely the green in Bulgaria. The green, I'm coming from a kind of dry country.
Yeah.
And the green that I can see here, in the spring, when it's after the rain and everything pops like boom on your face, on your face. And that for me is amazing. Spring, the change of every season in Bulgaria, you have this piece of the way of living, we have the summer here in Varna, which is boom, 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 boom. After we go to the autumn and winter, when we slow down a bit, we rest from the moving summer. After we have the spring, that is all this renewal of everything and energy that we get after the winter, to go forward on the summit. This is one of the things that always amaze me.
Mm-hmm.
And another thing very important for me, I've been many years already here. You know, I have many Bulgarian friends.
Yeah.
Bulgarians are smart people.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and that is that is important when you are surrounded with smart people. You know, Bulgarians are not stupid. They know what they're doing. They know they are clever thinking. You know, they don't waste much time in being polite and this and that. They're straightforward. They know what they want. They know how to communicate efficient. They don't waste much time in communication, because if they don't like something, they tell you right away, and you can move on in the next level. Also, another thing, I like to play football.
Oh, yeah.
I like to play football. I play with my friends and this and that. And something that I don't know if you have that in the UK, but here we play football, and doesn't matter what is your background, where you come from, or how much money you have. You know, we play all together, and we play one taxi driver with a dentist, a doctor, a school teacher, and whatever it is, you know, and a guy like me, a foreigner from Chile, you know, and everybody plays together, and nobody really feels superior to the other.
Yeah. Wow. I like that. I like that. It's very true, actually. One thing, wow, that's a really powerful thing that you've said. No one feels different to each other, because there are some exceptions, but for the average person, there isn't a class divide like there is in the UK for me. And maybe in Chile, I'm not too sure. But in Britain, there is a very stark, very strong difference between the lower class. Oh, you're middle class, you don't mix with these sort of people.
Exactly.
Oh, even to the point where, oh, you are black, white, Muslim, Asian, whatever you are, stay, you know, kind of with your group. And it's like fake diversity. It's not real diversity, you know, where like diversity of ideas, diversity of individuality. What Bulgaria does is it brings all these people together more often than not. And it's very underrated. That's a great, that football analogy, that's good. I like that. I like that a lot. Moving away from that, actually, now we'll talk about the bad stuff. Not the bad stuff, but challenges, difficulties. Have you had any challenges or difficulties in Bulgaria?
Challenges, I can tell you many, but you want me to tell you one?
Yeah, tell me, what was let's say the biggest challenge that you've had here, the hardest thing to do here, whether it's bureaucratic, it could be societal, cultural. What have you found difficult here?
The most complicated was for me at the beginning. At the very beginning, when I just came to Bulgaria, I checked in the Bulgarian embassy in Chile before to move here, if I can stay in Bulgaria. I said, you don't need visa, you don't worry. You can stay there 3 months without visa. I say, super, I go to Bulgaria. After 3 months, I will go to Romania, go get my passport stamp, and I come back. And I stay another 3 months, and I will do that all the time.
Yeah.
And when I started the 3 months, or when I was finishing my 3 months, I went to Romania. And on the way back, the police stopped me. And they told me, what are you doing? I say, well, I went out to be able to come in and stay another 3 months. They said, are you crazy or what? This is not the way it works, You have to go right now to the immigration office and regularize your situation. I got shocked, I didn't know. And I went there and they say, oh, it's already time for you to go. You have until next week, and if you have to go from Bulgaria. That's it.
What happened?
But I'm from Chile, It's not like I go to Chile. It's not it's a 1,000 euro ticket, and I go. I don't know if I can come back again, Then it was very stressful situation. We were boyfriend and girlfriend with the woman that now is my wife, and we found out a little bit, and they say if we married, I could stay, not stay. I could make a D visa and eventually get residence in Bulgaria. And 100 problems to get married on time. I got a stamp in my passport. They say The 8th of November, I have to leave Bulgaria, 8th of November. If I don't leave by the 8th of November, they're going to put me the red stamp and I cannot enter 10 years in Bulgaria.
Oh my God.
Ta-dan, ta-dan. Yeah, man.
Shit.
10 years. Then very stressful. You know, when I got married, the 7th of November, and the deadline was the 8th of November. You imagine that month stress, you know, because we have to get documents from Chile to get them translated. Yeah. And this is 15 years ago. There is no internet, there is no phone calls, no Skype, no nothing, you know. Yes, very complicated. But eventually we succeeded. We got married. We went to the immigration office. And I say, okay, we got married. Here is my document that I got married. This is my ID. What I do now to stay? I say, you should not stay. What, you are not staying? You have to go to Chile and do your visa D, and then come back with your visa D and you do your residence here. I said, you crazy or what? That's the way it is, you know, go to Chile. I said, how I'm going to go to Chile? I got married yesterday. And now, today, I have to go to Chile, wait 2 months there, and make the visa, come back here. And this is crazy, you know. My wife crying next to me.
I can imagine,
yeah. But eventually they say, you can go to do your visa in Bulgaria, in Romania. Do your visa in Romania. You go to Bucharest, to the Bulgarian embassy in Romania, and you do your visa there. And I went there, and I had my honeymoon alone in Romania.
Oh my God.
You know, my wife stayed here, and I went alone to don't spend money, this and that. You know, when you are just starting, you want the money to use it to start a business, something like that, not to go and do visas and stay 1 month in Romania. I stayed 15 days in Romania, waiting for my visa in the cheapest hotel in whole Bucharest, the cheapest one. It's not working anymore. Every time that I go to Bucharest, I pass to see that dump that I was there, you know, trying to save some money to start my life here, you know, alone in my honeymoon. Doesn't make any sense to spend money there.
Wow.
And that was difficult. But there was always somebody that at the end give me a hand. You know, when I was struggling and everything, there was somebody that give me a hand here, there. And at the end I could make it. If it was not for that people, it was not possible to be done.
Wow. Dude, you should write a book. You should write a book about, you know, trying to get the visa run, you know? Wow, very incredible story. And that's actually why your website may be so good with helping people, because you've been there, you've done the running, and you know the visa process quite well, right?
That happened in 2005.
Yeah.
And I leave it, you know, I work, I started working for some companies, this and that, doing my career, advancing and so on, raising my family, developing my family. And at one point, my sister wanted to move to Bulgaria. She came to visit a couple of times and this and that. I say, I want to move to Bulgaria. Bulgaria is cool. I like the way it is, you know, the calm down country compared to Chile, you know, I like it very much. I say, all right, 13 years passed already. Everything has to be online, you know. Everything's supposed to be super cool, easy to find, you know, no problem. And she said, oh, can you check for me? And I start to write online. And it's the same information of 15 years ago. Nothing changed, no information, nothing in English, or you have to go to 10 different websites to find the minimum information, do crazy research for the most simple things. And I said, this is not possible. You know, these guys didn't do it in 15 years. Have two options. Or I start to cry here, or I do it myself. And I said, I'm going to do it myself. You know, little by little, I'm going to put all this information together and make it available for free for everybody, all the foreigners that come here, that they know what they have to do to don't pass by the same situation that I passed. And that's how the project Foreigner.bg got started.
Amazing. Is that your main project now? Is that like your full-time thing, or?
This is my main project. Is the the less money-making project.
Yeah.
It's
Passion
not
of love.
my passion is not compensated with money, but I knew it's gonna be like that. It's just what is something that I feel have to be done.
Mm-hmm.
Is because, like we say, Bulgaria is a beautiful country, a lot of opportunities. It's a shame that so many people quit on the middle of the way just because they couldn't find the right information. They got scammed from this and that. It's just, for me, it's just stupid. Bulgaria population is declining.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
What Bulgaria should be most worried about, bringing intelligent people to live here in this country.
100%.
That should be one of the top 5 priorities. Let's say, top 5 priorities: bring smart people to the country with some small capitals that they want to be a part of the community, create value, and things will be very different.
Most definitely. And incredible story, by the way. Thank you for sharing that. Like, for me, that was, I would really one day love to have another interview with you where you just go really in depth into that story. I think there's probably more to know, and it was really, really cool.
I have many crazy stories.
Oh, okay, there we go.
I'm an old guy.
Yeah.
Right, I'm not a young guy.
Yeah.
anymore.
Wow. Excellent. And on that note, actually, mate, you have been here for 15 years. How has Bulgaria changed? How is Bulgaria? Because I know that pretty much that was right after Bulgaria joined the EU, if I'm correct.
Before.
Oh, was it before?
Right,
Okay.
right before.
Right before.
Right before the Bulgaria joined the EU. Yeah, it changed a lot.
Mm-hmm.
It changed a lot, mostly for good. The problems that we have now, they've been since before that.
I see.
The problems are not new problems, like we discussed about corruption and stuff like that, or the ugliness, or some mismanagement of stuff, don't taking care of the roads. Roads now are way better than 15 years ago. Way better.
Wow. 4x4 only a few years ago.
Yeah.
So now it's generally improving. All aspects of life are slowly going up. Would you say that?
Yeah, definitely.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely. Not at the pace that the Bulgarians expected. Because they expected that joining European Union will be the solution of all the problems, and it's not possible. The improving the living standards of the people, it takes a lot of time. It takes generations to happen. The empires are not making 1 week, 10 years, 15 years. They are long process. These processes are long, take years, but we can see the tendency is slowly improvement. Mm-hmm. People live now better than when they were living 15 years ago. Definitely.
Yeah, for sure.
Not thanks to the government, or I don't know, or partially thanks to the government, but mostly thanks to the same people.
People grinding.
That is creative. Like we discussed, Bulgarians are intelligent people. They're creative. They're problem solvers. They make their own wine. They make their own rakia alcohol.
Oh, yes.
They prepare things for the winter. This is to be. You need to be smart to think about this stuff. They think ahead of time in this.
Wow. Good point.
Important.
They don't. I think also mindless consumption isn't as common. Like you said, many of the people still make the domajno wine, the rakia. They make their own food, troshia in the winter. So there's still a connection to nature. There's still a connection to the real world of what it means to be a human, as opposed to living in a big city like London or maybe Santiago, where everything's plastic wrapped and bought over and over again, and people haven't left the city for like half a year or a year. So you're very right. And probably we'll move on. And I want to ask you if you could improve. This is your question. I'm taking the questions from his channel, so go watch his channel. If you could improve anything in Bulgaria, what would it be and why?
Probably will be make the Bulgarians be a notch more optimistic.
Oh yes, for sure.
They're a little bit are pessimistic, you know, they're like too worried about the future, too worried about stuff, you know, sometimes just looking into the negative things, you know, are not able to somehow see the broader picture. I would like to change that part of their mentality, you know. If there could be a little bit, we can do it, we can make it, let's do it, you know. More action, a little bit more action in the positive way, boom. That would be a real change, you know, like you say in our interview, like taking more care of the parks, the infrastructure, the cleanliness, the aesthetics of the things. It will make a huge change, and I think that is possible. That is some of the changes that don't cost you any money. It's just
Mental.
It's mental, you know. Don't cost you any money to the people to understand that is there is a better way to do the things, and so on and so on. TV campaigns, government campaigns, blah blah blah. How they do it?
So right, so right. And I think that's something that I notice among the young people, that optimism is slowly coming back. Slowly coming back. For the middle class, for the middle age, and an older generation, they've been through a lot, and I understand that. And I try to be sensitive because I know that, you know, it has been a long journey from the fall of communism up to now. But I'm really excited for the future, even if the demographic crisis, the population dropping, that will change once people return. And I think, and new people come in, foreigners as well. And I think that's what your platform helps to do. And I think that's what my platform aims to do. You know, I've had literally hundreds, maybe thousands of Bulgarians email me, probably up to 1,000 now, who have come back to Bulgaria because of my videos. And for you, you've probably had hundreds and maybe even thousands of foreigners who have been helped by your information. And I think if we remain optimistic, work together, eventually the tide will turn. Because I view that the West of Europe, and also the Western society and philosophy in general, is on a slight decline. It's going down a little bit. However, I think Southeastern Europe, with still staying in touch with nature, still staying in touch with the family, focus, you know, I think I'm positive about the future. And I think soon Bulgaria, Romania, even Spain, these regions in southern and southern-eastern Europe will, you know, bring their people back and grow in popularity, but also bring intelligent foreigners to the country that will invest, that will work. I'm optimistic. I'm very, very optimistic. Maybe I'm just young and stupid. I don't know if I'm young now.
No. I have a theory on that. You know, Plovdiv had been inhabited 7,000 years.
Yeah.
You know, it must be. It's a reason for that. It passed wars, civilizations, empires, whatever it is, and the city is still there. Same with Varna. You know, because the land is good, the people is good, the condition is good, the weather is good. You know, man, I don't know many places in the world that they have the climate, the nature, the resources that it is in Bulgaria. And this is not moving nowhere. You know, you can take the country, but they cannot take the resources. The beach is going to be here tomorrow and in 1,000 years. You know, if there is people living in this world in 1,000 years, it's going to be people living as well in that beach in Varna. You know, it's going to be a small community, bigger community, whatever. But the place is good for living.
Yeah, 100%.
And the same happened with Plovdiv.
If it's a beautiful place, nice people, it will never lose its population fully. It will go through ups and downs, and
exactly, just upside downs, you know. Same with Plovdiv, 7,000 years inhabited. It must be a reason of that. It's not because it's nowhere. No, the land is good. This have a river, have mountains, have everything that is needed to create community. They're trying to create communities in deserts. They try to create communities wherever. This is It's already there, 7,000 years.
I like what you said there.
Nowhere. It's not going nowhere.
Well, I like that. They're trying to create communities where there were no communities before, but fundamentally, we'll always come back, or people will always come back to where it started. And probably one of the last questions, actually. I'd like to ask you, sorry, I've just lost my train of thought. So I was going to ask you, where can people find whatever you want them to find, or what would you, if a foreigner wants to come, I need to rephrase my question. Sorry, guys, first podcast. If a foreigner wants to come to Bulgaria, or a Bulgarian wants to come back, but mainly a foreigner, what do they need to know? What should they do first? What advice would you give them?
I don't know. It depends pretty much, from where you come from, what you expect. Be clear in what you expect to find. Come first, have a look, check around, see if it's for you. Because no place fit to everybody.
Yeah.
But then come. Not just say, oh, Bulgaria have a 10% tax and it's cheap labor. I go there because that is not a good reason to 100%. Move to Bulgaria. Come have a look, found your place. People like Bansko, people like Splod, people like Veliko Trnovo, people like Varna, whatever. You have pretty much something for everybody.
Yeah.
Then look around and feel the place where you say, when you come, you're gonna realize, you say, well, I could live here. I could live here. I like what I'm seeing, and I think I could stay long time here. I like the style. I like the vibe on this. There is some other place I say, let's go from here. I cannot be here. Doesn't matter, low taxes or whatever. It's not for everybody. Come, check it out, have a look, and after that, take your decision.
100%. Wow, great advice. So I think we'll wrap it up and finish. I don't want it to drag on for too long, guys. I hope this brought value to you guys watching. Definitely brought value to me. Hopefully I can have you here again in the future, Daniel, because you provided some great stories and information. One more time, guys, if you want to watch the interview of Daniel with me, part 2 or part 1, whatever you want to call it, go to his channel. Okay, I'm going to leave a link below. He's got a video where he's interviewing me and asking similar questions. It's a good one, so go check it, guys. Also, go check out Foreigner.bg. Check out also his YouTube channel. Is there anything else that you'd like to say before you finish, or was that everything?
I want to thank you very much for having me today here. Mm-hmm. And I also want to encourage you to continue with your channel, uploading your life here, and show the people you can have fun here, you can be happy, enjoy, and make a living. It's a good place to be. Bulgaria is a good place to be, and I think you are doing great with that. And people support you with their likes and support you with their views. Keep going, man.
Thank you, you too, man, you too. So, thank you very much for coming today. And guys, if you enjoyed this, like, subscribe, check out all the other content that I've mentioned in this video. And yeah, if you want to see more of this sort of conversation, podcasty style, leave a comment below. And yeah, take care, guys. Okay, goodbye, ciao.